an overturn on the Nifty itself. That is because we are heading on a lower side in today's session. That is because of the drift in SGX Nifty. SGX Nifty is showing a 71 point down move on SGX Nifty at this point of time. And yes, it is quite possible that we can move on a downer side in today's session. It is particularly hectic to say that market keeps on continuously going upwards. The market has hit an all-time high yesterday also, day before yesterday also. Yesterday market hit an all-time high, rather on the Friday session market hit an all-time high of 15,958 levels. On the Thursday session market hit an all-time high of 15,952 levels. So basically saying the market is hitting a snag at around 16,000. It is quite possible that we may see that the market is quite a bit resilient to the up move, because 16,000 is a very, very, very huge resistance for the market at this point of time. I must say that the market is going in a particular direction as of now. That is a bull market as of now. Market is going in a bull market cycle. However, it is possible that we may see some snags over here and there, because it is quite possible because that the market has to go down in order to go upwards. Okay, it is just like your heartbeat. So the heartbeat goes lub dub lub dub. It does not just keep on going lub dub lub 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 or dub 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 dub. So it keeps on going in a particular rhythm. So that is what is the rhythm as of now. It is quite possible that we may see some downs in today's session, somewhere around the levels of 15,860 levels to 15,835. Big support is available at 15,830. In the session, I had quite clearly mentioned that the market will hit a snag in today's session, and today's session is quite possibly negative session. However, let's look at today's session. In today, what we have actually done. So let's jump into that and let's see that. Okay, so today's session is like this. So today's session is quite possibly a negative session, as I had already told you. So let's look at today's session. Okay, so for everyone who has joined, if you have any technical questions, please do put it in the chat, and I will be answering every question of yours. So you can ask any technical analysis questions, and we will be good for a great upturn or a downturn in today's session. It is quite possible that we may end up in downs in today's session. At this point of time, 9.4, so 157 points down on Nifty. So that is what the session is quite showing, that we may end up in a negative session. So let us see how the Indian markets used to pan, or it is quite panning at this point of time. It is 15,764 levels at this point of time, and now we are heading to 15,767 around 9:05 a.m. in today's market open. That is Nifty trend today. So if you go to Nifty trend today, I have quite clearly mentioned Nifty trend today, where it is actually going. So Nifty trend today is actually happening to show that so Nifty trend today is actually showing that the market is quite in a mood of upturn, quite in a mood of downturn for today's session. That is 19th July 2021 shows that the resistance is at 15,958 levels, and the support. The first support seems to be available at 15,915, and second support at 15,901, and third support at 15,835 levels, and fourth support seems to be available at 15,800 levels. So it is quite possible that we may see some downturn in today's session, and quite possible that the market may see some quite hectic moves in today's session as well. It may recover very fast as well. So whatever the downs we see in the market, it is quite not possible that it will sustain in the long run. So it is quite possible that it may very fastly get the up move, up and running. So on 19th July, we are seeing 77 points down on SGX Nifty, and at this point of time Nifty is down 165 points in the pre-open at 96. So 96, so 97 the pre-open will stop, and 164 points down more. This is one of the reasons I say always trade in intraday sessions. So at the point of start, you don't know when North Korea will land land a missile over Japan or any of the particular countries as well as such. However, the global cues can have a defeating victory on lots of on in Nifty basically, as well as on lots of stocks as well. Okay, so if China actually happens to start accumulating aluminum in the forex market, the stocks of metals actually fall, like Hindalco and Nalco and Natalum or National Aluminium. All those will start falling. So you will not know at particular point of time what is actually happening in the global index, and what will actually affect our stocks or our markets. Okay, just like today, very recently there was a Delta Plus variant which actually showed up in UK, and that's one of the reason market fell hectically. And today also market is falling. That's because of the global cues. Global cues, Nikkei, as I had already pointed in Nifty trend today, Nikkei is actually down by 354 points, 354.12 points, that is minus 1.26%. Hang Seng is down by 200 points, that is 1.2%, that is 2.1%. So the global index is totally negative. S&P on Friday was down by 32.87%, which is 0.75%. Nasdaq was down by 115.9 points, which is 0.87%. And Dow Jones is down by 299 points, that is 0.86%. So it is quite possible that we may see the down moves in today's session, and down moves are quite negatively impacting both the Nifty and Sensex. So in today's session, we have closed on a lows at this point of time, lows of 168.9 points in today's session, which is the pre-open. So we will probably quite see some moves till 15,700 levels in today's session, and we may recover. 15,766 is a quite support in the markets. In 15,766 levels, it is quite possible that the market may go all the way high above 15,766 in the opening session, and it may quite end up above 15,766, which is a support. Okay, or it is quite possible that we may drag all the way to 15,715 levels, which is one more support, or we may drag down till 15,700 in the open session at 9:15, and we may then see some support around those levels, or it is quite possible that we may drag down all the way down to 15,660 levels, which is a very, very, very huge support for the market as of now. Okay, it is quite possible that we may go to that particular level. if we hit the snag and go to 15,660, it is quite possible that we may see the highs of 15,800 in today's session itself, because 15,660 is a very huge support for the market at this point of time. So 15,660 to 15,800 is quite not a snag in the market at all. It is quite possible that we may hit in today's session itself if 15,660 of support is tickled in today's session. So let us see where the market is headed. In the Nifty trend today, I had mentioned that SGX Nifty on 19th February is moving 71 points around 6:50 a.m. At this point of time, SGX Nifty is hovering around 150 points on a down tick. So that's one of the reason we are actually, now we are heading to 205 points downturn in SGX Nifty. And that's one of the reason we are 9 points down in Nifty, and Sensex is down by 533 points. Can you imagine? We are down by more than 1% in today's pre-open session itself. 1% was not even a move in the open session. Now in the pre-open itself, we are down by more than 1% in today's pre-open session. And Hang Seng is holding on at 133 points down in today's session. And we are mostly seeing negatives all over the index in global cues as well. So let us look at the global cues and let us see how the Indian markets may go from here. So Australia is moving at 62 points, 0.81%, and Hang Seng is moving a bit higher at 8.4 points higher at 0.03, and Nikkei is down 1.49%, 418 points down. In Kospi, that is the Korean Republic market, is down by 9 points, and it is quite possible that we may see that the market may slide all the way down to 15,660, and then we may see that the market bounce back to the levels of 15,800 levels in today's session itself. As well, it is quite possible that we may see that the market is moving on a higher note in today's session itself as soon as we open in the market, because it is quite possible, because this is a bullish market. Remember, bullish market always makes the market to move on a higher side. So all the downs, whatever the downs we actually see in the market, it is a greatness redefined for all the great moves to be happening in the market itself. Okay, so in today's session, it is quite possible that we may move on a higher note as soon as we open as well, because most of them would be looking for a dip to enter the market, because the market has moved all the way to the level of 16,000 at this point of time. At this juncture, it is quite possible that there are so many investors who are actually willing to enter the market, but they are looking for dips to enter the market. Okay, so these dips will mostly be bought into in the sessions. We have seen lots of sessions where the market went all the way down to 15,660 levels or 15,606 levels itself, and all the way came all the way up to 15,800, or it closed at 15,828 levels when it actually came down to 15,660 levels. So if we see that the market dragging down more in today's session to 15,660 levels, it is quite possible that we may hit the 15,800 levels in today's session itself, because it is just like a trampoline. A huge supports whenever the market actually opens, and the huge supports is like a trampoline, and when it actually goes really hugely down, the trampoline will push all the way up. So as I already told, it went all the way higher. It went all the way higher than 15,766 in the open itself, and is now heading all the way high, 15,790 in the market. Can you believe it? 15,768 levels to 790 levels as soon as we opened. Within 1 minute of the market, we have seen almost 30 to 40 points recovery in the market for Nifty. So it is quite possible that we may see a great move on the upside from here onwards, because most of them are willing to take the market on a positive side rather than on the negative side. It is not a sell on the highs market, it is a buy on lows market at this point of time. It is quite possible that we may see the highs of 15,800 in today's session again very soon. It is already 15,778. 15,800 is very likely to happen very soon. It is quite possible that we may see that the market is actually heading on a bit of downward as well. So the market has stretched a lot in today's session. In the pre-open, in the Nifty trend today, whoever has subscribed to my email updates, if you go to exoticinvestment.com, there is a free strategies ebook. So if you click on that, you will be asked for an email address to be given, your name and email address. Give your name and email address on a daily basis. I will send you the updates of supports and resistances, SGX Nifty, the world markets, and the technical analysis of Nifty to show you where the market is headed in today's session. In the at 6:30 a.m. itself, I had predicted that at 6:50 a.m. I had predicted that the market will drag down in today's session. So see, if you can get so much of great information before the market actually opens, where your market where your trading will actually go. Okay, if you know that the market will go down in the pre-open session itself, you can bet your right trades in the right direction. Okay, as soon as I actually as I already told you, the market is now at the level of 15,790 levels, and 15,800 is quite not a problem for the market at this point of time. So 15,800 levels is quite not a problem. It can very easily scale up to those levels. It is trying to take support around the EMA levels of around 15,776 levels. So it is taking support around those levels, and after it takes support, it would move on a higher side at this point of time. And where is this exponential moving average coming from? The exponential moving average is the last 13 days close of Nifty, and this is the exponential moving average. It is lending a huge support for the market at this point of time around 15,777 levels, 76 levels. I had already told you 15,766 is a huge support for the market. In the first candle itself, first candle, as soon as we opened, the first candle made a high above 15,770 levels. We were down all the way to 15,740 levels as soon as we opened. However, we shot up all the way to 15,770, not even 70, we shot up to 15,775 in the first candle itself. So it is quite possible that we will see the market moving on a higher side from here onwards, and it shows that the momentum is going in a higher note at this point of time. So exponential moving average also is giving a lot of support at 15,776, and the market is quite moving in a positive direction. The last 4 trades have been on a higher side in the Nifty at 15,790. At this point of time, we are headed to a great start on the market that is moving on a positive note at this point of time. So now let us see that where the market is actually headed. 15,791 is where we are currently in Nifty, and Sensex is at 52,688 levels at 454 points down, and we are headed on a higher trajectory at this point of time in the markets. So it is quite possible that we will head to the 15,800 or 15,835. Remember, 15,835 is a strong support for a strong resistance for the market. So remember 15,835. I am drawing a trend line, and let's see where the market is headed. 15,835 is a huge resistance for the market at this point of time. At 15,835, we may see that the market bit reversing from there, and the market may quite see some downs again from 15,835 to 15,760 before we can move up to the levels of 15,900 in the session. So we are at 15,800 levels at this point of time. At the time of 9:21 in Nifty, I had told you previously 15,800 is quite easily achievable. That is what happened. Nifty moved all the way to 15,740 levels. Now we are at 15,805.9 on Nifty at this point of time. It is hugely moving upward. 15,810 is where we are currently in Nifty, and Nifty is moving all the way positive to positive, and it is going head to head on the positive side at this point of time. A 15,835, as I have already mentioned, is a great resistance for the market. In one candle, we moved all the way from 15,795 levels to the level of 15,812 levels. So almost about 15 points in just 1 minute is where we have actually headed. Now we are at 15,815 levels in Nifty, and Sensex is at 52,760 levels, and we are just 370 points down in the Sensex at this point of time. Remember, at the beginning we were down by 480 points. 480 points we were down, and now we are down by 370 points. That's it. We have almost recovered 110 points in Sensex, and we have almost recovered about 80 points in Nifty at this point of time. We are currently at 15,810 in Nifty, and we are headed on a higher trajectory. Remember, 15,835 is a very strong support or strong resistance for Nifty, and it is quite possible that we may hit a snag at 15,835, and we may come down to 15,760 again, and it is possible that the market may go up to 15,900 again. As I had already told, this is a bullish market. It is not a market where you sell on the increase or sell on the positive moving trajectory of Nifty. It keeps on moving higher and higher. It keeps on clocking the positives and the higher highs on a regular basis in the bullish market. So that's what happens in today's session as well. We are quite headed towards the 15,835 mark. We are currently at 15,816 points higher in Nifty, at just 107 points lower. So remember, we were down by 200 points down. At 15,740, we were down by 200 points, and now we are just down by 103 points down. We are now headed to 15,822. We are now headed to 15,825 levels on Nifty at this point of time. We are headed to 15,835 regularly. As I had already told, 15,835 will be a huge resistance. It is quite possible that we may head down to 15,800 or 15,766 levels, and then move the trajectory on a higher note towards 15,900, or we may see some more down moves when we head towards 15,760 and see some downturn around the levels till 15,715 to 15,700 or to 15,660 as well. We are headed to 15,835, which is huge resistance in the market, and we may see some bit of a snag around 15,835 because it is a huge resistance. Why is that 15,835 a resistance? Because that is one of the all-time highs the market has scaled up to, and that becomes a resistance when the market is below that particular level. So remember, in today's session, we are headed towards 15,835, and currently we are at 15,822 levels in Nifty, and we are quite greatly moving on a higher side regularly. In all the candles, we are seeing that positivity going all the way on the top at this point of time. The juncture is the overture seems to be facing on the upside for the market. The Nifty is moving on a upside at this point of time. It is continuously clocking the positive signals regularly. It's not even giving some room for it to correct, because I had already told you, market is like the heartbeat's rhythm. It is going lub dub lub dub. However, it is currently going regularly on a higher side because there are so many hungry buyers waiting to buy into the market when the market is down. If it is down by 170 points, if it is down by 100 points, or if it is down just by 97 points, as it is as of now, we are down by 15. We are just at 15,825 at this point of time, and now we are just 97 points down on Nifty. We were down by almost 200 points in the beginning of Nifty at 15,740 levels. Now we are headed to 15,825 levels. We are currently at 15,825 levels, and now we are looking at a great resistance of 15,835. So it's quite possible that the market may hit a bit of snag around 15,835 and move a bit on a downer side in Nifty. So it is quite possible that we may see some down moves from 15,835 moving till 15,766 levels, and then the Nifty may recover to 15,900 levels. So now we are at 15,818 levels. So whoever is available, please give chat a hi and mention you are what you are looking at the session, and you are having, if you are having any questions, I will be more than happy to take your questions, and I'll be more than happy to show you where the market is actually headed to. So let's see, at this point of time we are heading a bit on a downer side. We hit the snag around 15,830. So the resistance is more like chilly. Okay, so when the market is heading to 15,830 itself, the resistance is panning out. Okay, so the resistance at 15,835 is you don't have to smell the chili right at your nose level, so you can smell it from longer side as well, and we may see that the market moving on a downer side with the resistance hitting that particular level. Okay, it's just like chili. You don't have to smell it right at your nose, you can smell it from far away as well. So now we are headed to 15,825 levels. We are down to 15,810. Within one candle itself, within 1 minute itself, we actually recovered. We are now headed to 15,827 levels in Nifty, and we are moving towards consistently towards the 15,835 levels. We are currently at 15,830. So I had already told you 15,835 is the first level where we are actually headed to. Now we are at 15,833 points. So 15,835 is almost attained, and it is not a snag for the market yet. It is continuously moving head to head towards the resistance at 15,835. So if you have any questions at this point of time, I will be ready to take your questions, and if you don't, then please do let me know how the market profits show went on in today's session. If you want my basics of stock market, which is available on Amazon, click on the first link in the description below, and you will get the Nifty, the basics of stock market, with two great strategies to make great profits on a daily basis and consistent basis. So now we are headed on a bit of negative zone. From 15,833 levels, we are headed to 15,817 levels. As I had already told you, 15,835 is a huge resistance for the market. So it is happening. The market is quite resisting the move on the higher side above 15,835. So it moved the market down from 15,833 levels. We are down to 15,818 levels in Nifty at this point of time. So that is what the resistance pans out in the market. So it will actually move the market on the lower side, and it will heavily push the market down from the resistance levels. So now we are headed to 15,814 levels on Nifty at this point of time, and the resistance panned out at 15,833. We hit a snag at which is the resistance of 15,835. We are now at 15,815 levels on Nifty at this point of time. So hit by a resistance at 15,835, we headed a bit lower at 15,815. It's not a big snag. However, it is quite possible that we may recover to 15,835 very soon, and it may hit the exact level of 15,835 and then probably come down to 15,766, or then beat the resistance with a great momentum. The momentum is required in order to make the markets move on a higher trajectory. So we probably may take some momentum around the levels of 15,800 and then push all the way higher to the 15,835 level, and more towards the 15,900 levels probably in today's session. So it is now at 9:33, and this is the end of markets show with Ashok, markets profit show with Ashok. And if you happen to have any technical questions, please do leave it in the comment section. I will answer that in tomorrow's session. And let's say that the market is quite currently headed towards 15,800 levels at this point of time. It may take support at 15,800 and then move all the way upwards to 15,835 levels in the session itself. That being said, this is the end of market profit show. This is Ashok Kumar signing off. If you feel that this session has given you some bit of knowledge, please hit the like button, click on the share if you like this video, and subscribe to my channel for daily regular updates about Nifty happening on a daily basis. This pre-open session of market profit show will continue in the days to come, and you will get a hinge of the market where it is headed before the market actually opens, and great support and resistance levels in the market, so that you can make profits on a regular consistent basis. That being said, this is the end of market profit show, and this is Ashok Kumar signing off. Have a very good day ahead and a great trading session. Happy trading and happy money.